Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Off Grid Investor. This is Dolph. Today in this channel, in this video, I'm going to talk about the one stock that I just started my long-term position on it, which is MicroStrategy, ticker symbol MSTR. So in this video, I'm going to talk about that mainly, and maybe at the end of the video, I'm going to briefly talk about the Pinterest. I haven't been talking about the Pinterest for a while, so you guys have been probably wanted to hear my thoughts and see what's going on. So first of all, so let's talk about the MicroStrategy. Why did I decide to put this one in a long-term position? And many of you who has been watching my video, it is like kind of surprising to you because it is not quite like the style of the investment, like not like any other the stocks that you've been watching me talking about. So why is MicroStrategy? It is very high volatile, the stock, and many of you may think like, oh, probably I decided because of the Bitcoin, the purchase, the company did. But I have to tell you, first, yes, I can tell you yes and no, because first, I can tell you that the Bitcoin purchase obviously have not influenced me, as a the negative factor. In some way, yes, it did. It did, in fact, influence me, as the positive, the factor rather than negative. I can tell you that. And so how much did I? No, I bought it yesterday, and as soon as the market opened. But if you guys know yesterday market kind of ticked up, the pre-market. So I thought, oh, maybe it's gonna bounce it back, and of course, it used to go up. This particular stock used to go up to over 1,100, close to 1,200 per share. But now it's just that yesterday, as of yesterday, it was sitting at a little over 800. So what I bought it for, it is 821. So I just want to tell you guys, you guys are not missing anything. Today I think it closed at 760 something. So it is still down. So you guys are not missing anything. For those some of you who are watching this video as the first time, I'd like to let you guys know just a little bit the base of the company, what the company does. So here you go. The MicroStrategy is one of the largest independent publicly traded business intelligence company with the leading enterprise analytic platform. And the vision is to enable intelligence everywhere. That's kind of like the product name they use. The MicroStrategy provides modern analytic on an open, comprehensive enterprise platform used by many of the world's most admired brands in the Fortune Global 500. So if you go to their website, you'll see all this list of the companies, the big companies, name company. You'll get to see it. They're using the MicroStrategy, the platform. So optimized for cloud and on-premises deployments. The platform features hyper intelligence, a breaking through technology that overlays actionable enterprise data on a popular business application to help users make smarter and faster decisions. So that's the kind of base of the company. And the last earning they made 131 million sales. They had but if you go to websites, you'll see what kind of the platform they use. It is amazing technology, intelligence technology, that they're using just for all this the different bank and micro data, the companies, all this, the big the name brand, the sales, the companies and all this according to whatever their needs, the company provides the platform for those the big companies. So it is a good company, they do make they generate the revenue. Speaking of revenue, they had made 131 millions of sales, which was the last earning. It was a little over 1%, like little over 1% decrease of last year. But I don't like really to worry about that much. Only the downside or the pro, it can act the both ways. Like 91% of the share, it is held by the institution. So something like that's something that you might want to ask yourself. Like, is that something like, is that the good news for you or bad news? Like ask yourself. And another, the down pressure, at the moment, you can you can say is like 28% of short interest is there right now. So for you, like who are just starting the position, I myself, starting the position with a very small now. So it doesn't really matter for me, if how the the price go up and down, like I told you, right now it's just at like 706 or something, but year or two, like it may go down even like to $400 range or even lower. But the thing is, if you're considering this one as a long-term position, I mean, if it goes to the 400, you will be buying at the 400. So does it really matter to me? Like it doesn't really matter to me, but I need to tell you now, like why I decide to have this one on my long-term position. It's because of the CEO. Yes, Michael Saylor. He's like the same blood with me. No, he's not my friend. Obviously, he's not the member of my family. Like looking at my face, you can probably tell we look a lot different. But the way he thinks and where he sees his, the companies as a future, like the future growth and all. I do like his visions, and I do like his the way of the seeing the how the economy goes and all that. That it's kind of the same like idea, like why I'm investing in the Tesla, because I used to the trade Tesla all the time. I made a lot of money on that one. Sometimes I lost a lot as well too, but I don't trade Tesla anymore. And the Tesla it came down a lot. Like it used to be like the 900. Now it's like like 600 something. I didn't check it today, but anyway, so same thing. I did, it doesn't matter to me. It is my long-term position, so it doesn't really matter to me like how the price goes up and down. Because if it goes to even like the $500 range, I'll be buying at the $5. And still, people like still debating, whether this Tesla stock, where this one will sit in next, like next few years. To me, it doesn't really matter because, but I can tell you what though, about the Tesla stock. When I was like the most scared holding the Tesla stock? When Elon Musk had a COVID, yeah, and then and the price didn't really reflect at all in the stock market. Nobody really cared. Oh, does he have like the COVID? Oh, okay. And the price didn't really lift that at all. But I can tell you that I was pretty scared when I heard that the story. That was probably the most scary the time that as a stockholder, because why am I holding the Tesla is because of Elon Musk. And if Elon Musk is not the CEO, I'm selling everything, every single shares of Tesla. Because the reason I'm investing in a Tesla, of course, I do see great, the future in EV. And nobody's going to argue with me that the Tesla has, the company has, no change, the fundamentally at this point. And in next 5 years, or 10, I'm looking at the 10 years, that company is going to do very well. And that's what I'm investing in it. And actually, the most important thing is like, I know I want to sleep more than 4 hours a day. And that, like the Elon Musk, talking about, oh, he never sleeps more than 4 hours. He sleeps in his factory. And how many of you, like when he sold the PayPal for over like 170 million or 170 million, correct me, exact, the price, whatever he sold at, the PayPal. But that's what I remember looking at it. And I remember him investing like close to 100 million in Tesla, and the whole like rest of them, as SpaceX and all that. And he didn't have money to pay his rent, so he had to borrow money to pay for his rent and all. But ask yourself, like, how many of you can you invest all your money for your dream and for your visions and where you see it? Because if I ask myself, I have $170 million, I wouldn't dare to even put more than 70 million, maybe. Like that's how much I would risk myself to invest any. Like, even if it is like, I think it is like the great visions that I have, I would not invest more than 70 million. Yeah, if I have 170 million, like I said. But somebody like that, to put everything for his dream, and I'm willing to put my pennies on him. Let him be my workhorse to work for me, sleeping less than 4 hours. That's how I see it. And why, if you ask me why, I invest in the MicroStrategy, that's kind of the same idea that that I see it. Because like the CEO of MicroStrategy, I can see myself in him, and that's what I like about him. So that's why I started a little position on it, and we'll see how the company will do. And obviously, that now they have over $1 billion of Bitcoin. I want you to so get to know about this. So that means if the Bitcoins fluctuates, like go up and down, I'm definitely sure this company will fluctuate, go like a lot, according to the the Bitcoin prices. So that's something you'd like to ask yourself, if that's something that you want to risk yourself. So that's my thought on the MicroStrategy, and I'm very happy to announce everybody that's why the reason that I'm investing in it. And of course, this stock used to be like little over $100, like the stock, like the end of last year, like 2019. 2020, it was already up like 140 or 50, and I've been trading it. It was one of the great, the stock to trade, because of the Bitcoin price and all that. But I finally decided it is not the time to trade now. I'm gonna start collecting it from now on. So I see it at least like the next 5 years. We'll see. But only the suggestion I would like to make, if you buy this one every month or once in 3 months or something, if you buy particularly if you buy like once in 3 months or 6 months, please do learn how to read the chart. So look at yourself, like if you think that the price is kind of stretched up, just buy a little bit share. And of course, when it dips like a lot or something, buy a little bit more shares. But of course, that's something like if you think this is stock that you like to keep it on the long-term position, of course. So I just wanted to mention about that, and that's the reason behind me that I'm keeping this one as a long-term position, not because of Bitcoin. Well, I do like Bitcoin. But anyway, so another, I'd like to talk about the Pinterest a little bit. My lovely Pinterest. Do I think like the Pinterest is going to go up, double up in near future? No, I don't think so. It is the stock that hopefully that, it'll grow, slowly, little by little. But like, like if you haven't watched my, my video, previous video about the Pinterest, it is my favorite, one of the favorite, the stocks. And if you ask me why are you investing in the Pinterest, I love it so much. I do use it sometimes, hours and hours and hours. I don't want this company to go bankrupt. I want this one to be, like one of my, the favorite apps that I can use anytime. And I kind of like the, the CEO, Ben, but I don't know. If he has like the same vision as, like what I see it as, like how I would like to develop the apps and all. This one can be, the next, the Facebook, if he does have the same vision as I do, or as big as, I can see this one as, the next Amazon, I can see. And I would like to build this, the apps to be the next Amazon. But if the CEO has the same vision as I do, but we'll see. If my channel grows big enough later, or if the CEO Ben he gets to to see my video maybe in near future later, maybe I would like to invite him and have the interview with him and see like if he shares the vision with me, or I may just sell everything after I hear what he has to say. But the Microsoft wanted to buy it or something, but the CEO said no. Like we like what we're doing, and that's what I like. I like him so far, and that's what I think he should. That's what the way he should do, and I do believe many of the big companies may want to buy this Pinterest later on down the road. I can definitely see that, but. It is one of my favorites, the stocks. It is like my baby Pinterest, I would like to call it. And I like to see it grow slowly by slowly. And of course, I'll buy more shares and more shares. But I do love the Pinterest. And of course, if any news comes out, like the big company like to buy this Pinterest or something, stock will shoot up even more higher. So that's what I think about the Pinterest. And a lot of you like may the worry about the market crash and all that. Don't worry about the market crash. But like I told you, the big once in a lifetime big market crash is gonna come soon. But as I see, it's like maybe a year or two. That's gonna be once in a century the market crash. But I would like to warn you guys. But is that going to come in the near future? Like no. When everybody's selling their homes and jumping into the market, and we're going to have like the greatest bull market you will ever seen in your lifetime, that needs to come first before that one comes after. Right after. So that's the time that you probably want to just get out of the stock market. But stay tuned with me. I'll definitely let you know. And that's it for today's the video. And I'll see you guys next.